Welcome to this week's episode of the Rantoul Roundup, where we round up the news so you don't have to. In this week's episode, we're going to talk to Jared White from the Boy Scouts of America. He's going to be talking to us about an upcoming event that they're going to have tomorrow night, Tuesday night, out at the sports complex, and how kids can get involved with their local troops, specifically the ones in Rantoul. So hopefully it'll bring you guys some information that you may not have had before. I hope this might help some people get involved in some stuff. So enjoy the episode, guys. Welcome back to the Rantoul Roundup, everybody. I have a special guest with me today. Go ahead and tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, my name is Jared White, and I'm the Scout Executive and CEO of the Prairie Lands Council of Boy Scouts of America.
Boy Scouts of America in the house, everybody. And what are you here to talk to me about today? It sounds like you got something going on in Rantoul.
We do. We have a couple things going on in Rantoul. Well, here next week we have the Challenger League, where our scouts will be playing with kids with disabilities here in town. So it's pretty awesome to have that. It's our second year doing that.
That's pretty amazing.
So that'd be great. That's here next Tuesday, the 29th.
Okay.
So that'd be really cool. And then right now, during the month of August, September, we have our School Night to Join Scouting. That's our time to really, we're in our big recruitment season. And so we have Pack and Troop 30 here in town. Mm-hmm. So we have a boys Troop 30 and a girls Troop 30.
Very good.
And then a Cub Scout pack, which is boys and girls.
Yes, yeah.
And so recruiting kids of all, from grades kindergarten to 12th grade, basically, to come be a part of scouting just here in Rantoul would be great.
Very cool. So tell us about your event out at the sports complex for people who say that we're people who know nothing about it. So walk us through.
Yeah, so the Challenger League is really, really cool. There's a gentleman in town in Champaign, Bill Hand, who has been a part of this Challenger League program, and they do these baseball games with kids with I won't say disabilities, but kids that have some challenges, right? Mm-hmm. And so some people get to come out and they'll do it with Illinois, and they did a what they called a special person, or they called a secret person. Like I got to be there, and there were some other people from the community. Sue Gray of the United Way, I got to go out and do that. So we got to be with them. This happened back in June. We were able to do that.
Very cool.
So it was a really great program. But up here in town, so last year, coming back to what we're talking about, last year we started doing one where our scouts were helping the kids out here at the sports complex. And so it's coming back this year again, next Tuesday. And what happens, these kids with these special abilities, they get to come out and they get to play baseball. Yeah. And they get to have a great time. Yeah. And it's so much fun to watch. These kids they light up, they have a great time. And our scouts get to help them. So it might be from where they're helping them run base to base to base. Okay. Because usually the kids can hit by themselves. They're going running. Or they stand with them on the field when they're on the field and they're playing one of the bases or one of the positions. And they help them to, get the ball, and they play with them during that time. So it's a really neat program.
Very cool. And what time is that?
Ooh, that's a good question. I believe it starts at 6 p.m.
We're going to go with 6 p.m.
Yeah. I knew the date. 6 p.m. There's a lot of things going on the next couple days, so I didn't have that date nailed down right quick.
No worries. Very good. And like you said, let's circle back on recruitment. You guys go through this recruitment phase every year, and this is that strong time of year. So what would be the easiest way to get kids in the community involved with Boy Scouts?
So we have recruitment year round, basically, but right now, the time is kids come back to school, they're looking for things to do, right? And so we have kids in the elementary schools here in town, the middle schools, and the high schools, and they can join here in town. All they need to do is there's a couple people involved here in the town. I don't know, there's a school teacher up at the middle school, I believe. Her name is Heather Van Dorn.
Heather's awesome.
Yeah, so Heather Van Meter's awesome. So you can talk to Heather. She's involved in scouting here in town, so she can help you do that. But they can also call our office at 217-356-7291, and we can help them get Heather's number or one of the other leaders' numbers here in town, because Heather's involved with all the units, but she's really involved with the Scouts PSA unit, which is that 5th grade to 12th grade group. Okay, yeah. And so she's not really involved with the Cub Pack anymore. She's there, but she's doesn't have a youth involved in that anymore, so we can try to get that person's number for
and you. And I'm sure that Heather can connect you with whoever needs to be connected locally.
Right, yeah.
So what other things, say we've got people here in town who haven't had kids involved in Scouts before, what other things do you guys have going on throughout the year that people could get involved in?
Oh, goodness. Well, scouting is one of those programs that there's so many things you can do while you're involved with it. But so what we'll do is throughout the year, you talk about getting involved. We have our unit meetings that are here that'll meet during, each week here in town. They'll meet. The unit's sponsored by the Rotary Club here in town. So, but what I was going to say is we have things happening at Camp Drake, which is out in Fairmount, Illinois.
Yes. So Camp Drake, people, someday I will tell you a story. My dad and my uncle went to Camp Drake when they were growing up, and there's family stories about those. But that'll be a different podcast or a different day.
There we go. So Camp Drake out in Fairmount, Illinois. We have a lot of events out there. So later on this fall, I have an event called Cub Fun Day, which is the last Saturday in September.
Okay.
And so we'll have one of those that'll actually be at IFSI on the University of Illinois campus.
Very cool.
Illinois Fire Service Institute.
Yeah.
Because I know there's IFSI down in Tolono, so you have to differentiate there. And then we'll also have one of those at Camp Dragon. It's $10. Kids come out and be a part of it and just have fun. So we'll have different opportunities. There'll be crafts, there'll be games, there'll be field sports, there'll be all kinds of things for kids to be able to do.
Very cool.
During that time. And, scouting's it's a character education-based program, but we don't tell the kids that we're going to build their character.
Right, yeah.
That's kind of implied, but we just tell them they're going to have fun.
That's good. Yeah, and they seem to really have a lot of fun. Well, thanks for the overview on that. And oh my goodness, I didn't ask my favorite question. What can our community do to support you guys?
Well, that's a great question. So I think the biggest thing that I can think of right now as a part of scouting is if you have a son or daughter who is from kindergarten to 12th grade and they're looking for a program to get involved where they'll have a lot of fun and they'll thrive. Yeah. Just come be a part of scouting. Yeah. Try it out, right? I've been a scout since I was 11 years old, so that's over 30 years now. And I enjoyed every minute. I've enjoyed every minute of it. And so I know that your youth will have a good time because we have some great leaders here in town that want to make sure that these kids have a great time. And, we do a lot of different things, have a lot of different opportunities. For example, we had my son this summer went to the National Jamboree in West Virginia. He spent 10 days camping in a tent having fun. He was away from home. He'll be 14 in October and he had a great time. We had another troop from town and went to Philmont, which is in Cimarron, New Mexico this year. And they hiked 50 miles or 70 miles, something like that. So they had a great time. So there's so many opportunities for your kid, but most importantly, if we can help to grow scouting right here in the city of Rantoul, that'd be awesome. That would be great. Okay, well, you guys have heard it. Let's try to grow scouts here in town, and that's for the younger kids. That's boys and girls. So it's boys and girls. It's co-ed both, right? So Cub Scouts, which is that kindergarten to 5th grade group, that is first to 5th grade, kindergarten to 5th grade, and it is boys and girls, right? Okay. And then when you get to the Scouts BSA, so Scouts BSA is that what used to be called Boy Scouts program, the Scouts BSA, and that's for boys and girls who have separate troops that they can be involved in, and that's from basically the end of 5th grade to right up to 12th grade, right? Okay. But there's also venturing that we have as well. Venturing is a high adventure base for anyone over the age of 14 up to 21. They can be involved in a high adventure based venturing program. And then we also have exploring, which exploring is career based. Okay. So cool. They're based on, so we have some that are involved with police, some that are involved with fire. It's just kind of is that experience of what you're going to, what do you want to do when you get older? And you can find out and explore careers. That's very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on with us today. I appreciate your time. And please come back and tell me when you have other things going on. Thanks, Kimmy. Take care. Thanks for listening, everybody. I truly appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to hear what's going on in our community, and I look forward to bringing you some more stuff down the road. As I mentioned last week, I'm looking for two things currently. One, I'm looking for people from our community that have really great stories to tell and that want to get it down on audio and in video form so that we can share some of these historical stories and the information from our community and why we love our community so much. The other thing is I'm looking for businesses who want to come on and tell their story and share with us why they got involved with what they're doing, how they've been able to grow their business over the years, maybe how they were able to pivot through some of the things that we've gone through. So I think that would be a lot of fun to do, and I can't wait to get some more people involved. I'm scheduling those now, and I'll be able to bring those to you guys down the road, and there's always fun things coming up, and I can't wait to bring you more of those things. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Thanks again for being with me, and I will talk to you guys soon.